Hey guys, I've bought a new bag and I was in the room with my husband when I unboxed it and he started talking and it actually ended up being really funny because he was kind of talking about his thoughts on it. So he's in the video today. I'm going to show 3 different ways of styling it, as well as the decision-making process that I went through when I bought the bag to make sure I didn't get anything that was fake or anything like that, things that really helped me. I've got a Chanel hack for your old clothes, and anyway, look, I'm going to unbox it. For the longest time, I've wanted to buy a vintage bag, and I've never done it because, why? Why haven't I done that?
Because they all look wrecked in the shop.
Up until this year, I've already got some vintage bags and I've always struggled to style them, but this year there's been a real, I think it's like lockdown that's changed it for a lot of people, but a lot of people are buying more vintage bags or they're using stuff they already had. David is here and so you have to work out how much I paid for it, not how much it was originally, you know, back in the day, and also what era you think it's from.
And whether it looks well used or not.
Yes, I haven't opened it, so I don't know. So this is the package. They've given me with it, I love the added touches. And this is what I find with Farfetch, is because the items all come from different boutiques around the world. Every boutique packages their stuff up differently. Now look at this. This boutique have put a scarf on it. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I saw this and I was like, I never ordered a scarf, and then I realised it's been added on as kind of a nice...
Is that vintage as well?
Possibly. But the thing that everyone is going to be very pleased about... Why are you looking at me like that?
Because it looks like a sweet, there's sweets inside.
I thought it was sweets, it's not.
A mask. And you need one of those.
So here we go. Are you ready? Brand.
Fendi.
Price. That's quite a difficult one because you wouldn't know how much these things are vintage. But
I would say, what price now? Price new? Or do you want both?
Price now.
So
it's leather. It's got the, I think this is called the Zucca print.
800.
750. And
okay,
the final question.
Price for new? What was the price for new?
I don't know what the price was when new. If anyone owns this, this is the smallest size. And if you owned this and you knew how much it was, then please let me know. Final question is, what era?
90s? Got it wrong.
2000s! Well, yeah. Well done. You basically got 2 of the 3 questions right.
Yeah, but the Fendi bit's easy.
Well, yeah, but...
It's got F on the front.
Yes, yeah, but you know that. But how many people wouldn't know? And well done, David. You did well.
Do I get it as a prize?
Okay, so this is the bag. I'm just going to show you some close-ups. The reason in the end why I wanted to buy a vintage bag from Farfetch is because, so you know I was telling you that I've kind of been stalking, or I've had my eye on 3 bags and I wanted to get at least one of them, but I had a budget in my head. So the reason why I decided in the end that Farfetch was the best place to get the bag is because I didn't realise, but on the consignment website I was looking at, if you buy a bag from an individual seller and there's something wrong with it, or it's not as advertised, or you think it's fake, you can't return it. You can only return it if you buy from an actual seller on there, like a proper registered business. Whereas with Farfetch, because it is a retailer, if I don't like it, or if for some reason I'm questioning the authenticity of it, or if I feel like it's more damage that I want, or even if I get it and I don't like it, I can return it, no questions asked. So I've got some notes because I thought this was quite an interesting topic. If you're also thinking about buying vintage, I'm going to talk about the process, where I got it from. So this bag is from Farfetch. And actually, I'm really pleased to say this video is in partnership with Farfetch. They have also given, this is the thing that I'm most excited about, they have given a 10% off coupon code, which works on near enough everything on the website. I'll put excluded brands below. But it works on everything that is on the pre-loved section of their website. So pre-loved Chanel, Louis Vuitton pre-loved, Fendi pre-loved, they've even got Hermes pre-loved on there, and they have bags through to like vintage clothing. I've actually got like quite a few things in my wish list at the moment, including like these earrings. Up until I feel the last couple of years, vintage bags, for me, I find that they are quite hard to style. And I've got vintage bags in my collection already that I don't use because they scream 2002 and they're just very, very difficult to do anything with. But things that have helped over the years are, first of all, a lot of the designers now are taking elements or even the entire design from pieces that go all the way back to the 90s, such as, you know, like the Prada little nylon shoulder bag. Dior have just completely copied the saddlebag. But also with this, the way you've got the Fendi Zucca print, this has always been around, but this print I feel has really got big in the last year and a half, where I've actually got boots to match this, which is how I want to wear it. And the fact that there is an element that is modern, I think makes it easier to style these bags. Do you know what I mean with that? That's kind of how I feel. I also feel that there is a trend at the moment to reuse, recycle, be more conscientious. So I'm going to talk about that as well, because I've got some tips and just talk to you about what I've been doing in lockdown, because my spending habits have completely changed. This is a pre-loved Fendi Spy. It came in two sizes, the mini size and then the larger. And I never wanted the larger size, and I was really struggling to find this. But then it came up on the Farfetch website. And I had a budget. So my budget for a pre-loved bag was really, I didn't want to go above £800. I just felt that for the 3 bags I was looking at, that was a reasonable price. I remember a while ago in the UK there was a documentary, and it was on the effects of fast fashion. And at the end of that documentary, I was left kind of feeling like, oh great, that's terrible. I want to make a change, but okay, so we can't buy from those places, but where can we buy from? This bag has come from a little independent boutique in Italy. Farfetch is basically a platform that lets multiple boutiques around the world have a space on the internet. So you might have like a tiny boutique in Milan that has got a website but no one really visits it. They can go onto Farfetch and list their items, which means that there's greater choice on there compared to on other websites, because you might be able to buy things that you can get in Italy but not in the UK. I feel like I'm kind of helping those small independent businesses, and definitely through lockdown I've felt that that's been a really key thing to try and do. Another thing that I did in lockdown, and this is like a hack for you, I've been repairing a lot of clothes. Now look at this. See this jumper? It looks like Chanel, but it's not. This is actually an old jumper. I don't even know where it's from. I've had it for ages. If you already own Chanel, you know the spare buttons that come with things? Mix and match, doesn't even matter if they don't all match. I put these on the side here because I wanted it to kind of look a bit like, you know, the Balmain jumpers. And it's just a way of taking a really basic jumper and making it a bit more interesting and making it kind of look a bit more high-end. The other things that I did is I've got loads of jeans that I don't want to get rid of because I still like the fit, but they've got rips in them. And because I've worn the jeans over and over, the rips have now got bigger than I want them to be. So I was trying to think of what I could do, and I came up with this. And again, it kind of feels quite Chanel-esque. I managed to find some tweed material. It's just like an offcut that I had. Don't know why I've got it, but I found it. And I had a concept for reinforcing the hole on these jeans with tweed, so that the tweed kind of pokes through in a very kind of like Chanel style way. And I quite like the way you've got the frayed edges around the rip in the jean, and you can just see the tweed behind it. So the way I did it is I bought some fabric glue, which is really easily accessible. It goes in the wash, it's brilliant, it doesn't come off. Make sure that your fabric, you stretch it out. If the fabric doesn't have any stretch, that's great. If the fabric does have stretch, like if it's jeans, you need to try and stretch that material as tightly as you can before you stick the patch on it, because otherwise the patch will dry and then you'll have like a gathered up bit when you put your leg through, because the rest of it will stretch but the patch won't. Has this lockdown time made you also reflect a bit more on your shopping habits. And because you're not out going around the shops, have you been shopping a lot more from your own wardrobe in a way? I've got to say, I'm going to go and put my stuff in this bag now. I'm really excited to use it. I love it. It's better than anticipated. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.